Welcome to Creative Caregiving and Beyond. More and more people are having to become caregivers for their elderly loved ones, and navigating this journey can be really difficult. This podcast will provide guidance and give practical tips for your family. Your host is Wendy Whiteman, elder law attorney, author, speaker, and leading insight advisor in senior protocol and senior lifestyle trends. Know that you are not alone in getting the help that you need. Let's get started. And here's Wendy.
Well, welcome back to Creative Caregiving and Beyond. And today we have a special guest, Shelley Govan. And Shelley is a chaplain with Marketplace Chaplains of Dallas, Texas. She's also has a private practice called Renewed Mind Counseling. And one thing I really loved as I was reading about Shelley's bio was that over the 20 years, she truly believes that she can do all things through Christ, which he has called her to do, through him who strengthens her and empowers her to fulfill his purpose. I love that. I love that standard. And Shelley, welcome to the show.
Oh, Wendy, thank you so much for having me. You know, I if you don't mind.
No, go right ahead, sure.
When you were saying that, that I believe I can do all things that God has assigned me to, I do believe that for myself, but every person that takes a breath can do everything God designed them to do. Everyone. And not because they're educated, not because of any particular thing, except they exist.
I love that.
So I just, when you said that, I thought, oh boy, isn't that wonderful that God has designed each one of us with a purpose, and not one bigger or greater than another.
Right.
We all have a purpose and a design.
Yes.
And if we all step into that, what God has designed for all of us to do collectively will be done.
Oh, that's encouraging. That's encouraging to know that there's a plan, what he's called us to do. I love when you put that in there, because you don't have to do some other role that you're not qualified or he hasn't called you to do.
That's right.
And that's reassuring. You know, as an attorney, I can counsel my clients and I can, some things go beyond my practice. I can listen, I can pray for them, but there are things I'm just not called to do. And it's just so and reassuring that we don't have to do it all.
Yeah. And that you realize that shows your strength of character, however, because we'll try, especially as women, we'll just try to do something and mess up more than help. So know your lane, stay the lane, stay the course. Oh boy. So
stay the course. That's so
right.
true.
Yeah.
So what do you do? What are some of the services you guys offer with Marketplace?
Oh, excellent. Thank you so much.
Yes.
What we do we are chaplains that go into the marketplace. So companies, we have contracts with companies, and we go into those companies to support the employees. Okay. So that looks spiritual, even though we don't evangelize and proselytize necessarily. We go to support. So what that looks like is determined by the employee.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, they can have conversation or not.
Yes.
But we're there when they need us.
Yes.
And they ultimately always want something and need something like each of us.
We all need it. Yes. Absolutely. We all need something. We need encouragement. We need to know. There's a lot of uncertainty today, especially with COVID, and that's impacted the senior space as well. How's it impacted your services and your ability to be there for families and residents and our seniors?
Yeah, I appreciate you asking that. It's for our seniors, that particular demographic, the pandemic has been devastating. Because what happens is, instead of them coming together, being included in the decision-making process, they're put away.
Right.
You're going into your apartments. We're going to keep you safe. But the separation causes anxiety, fear, and you talk about mental decline. It happens, and it happens rapidly because they need to know. They have to have some kind of control. Yes. And as you're aging, you're losing some control based on age, but that's relatively speaking. More so the need to be with others. Yes. That's true for all of us, but then when the mental decline happens, you need that even more.
Yes.
The consistency, the familiar face, the activity.
Yes. Yes.
You know, that optimism. Optimism is a very important piece in mental health because it is truly the inverse of depression. Is optimism. So when a senior can say, you know what, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Okay, we're dealing with this now, but we're having that dance on, next Thursday. So we're shut away,
Yes.
but the dance is coming,
Yes.
or the cards, or whatever the activity may be. Now, if they don't have that to look forward to, now they have time to think about what they don't have. And maybe the loved ones, the spouses that have passed on,
Yes.
or what have you. But
Yes.
the lack of control,
Yes.
it sends them in a tailspin.
And funny that you mentioned that. I've talked to other communities, senior living communities, and some of them actually have activities that are geared towards that planning process. So they have something to look forward to, and they were saying how important that is, just as you emphasize that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So today is Wednesday. Normally I would teach Bible study.
Okay.
But to make sure we're still connected, though I can't be there in person, I recorded a video. And we talked about in this Bible study, how do you see yourself? And so often seniors, like the rest of us, they need to be needed.
Yes. Yes.
They, like all of us, need to be loved and acknowledged.
Yes. Yes.
So when you do those things, and when they can see my voice, and I'm saying to them, okay, how do you see yourself?
Yeah.
We all make mistakes. Don't be so hard. Extend some mercy like you can to another. Extend
That's
some
true.
mercy.
That is so true.
And keep it going. It's okay. It's
That
just
is so
fine.
true.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And you're right, being needed in that interaction. Even though we live in a high-tech area, a time frame with artificial intelligence, and there, of course there's television, but there's still a need. I mean, nothing replaces that human interaction.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
And for our seniors, the advancement in technology means nothing. They could care less.
That's right.
My grandfather said he doesn't care what they do with computers. He's not turning one on.
Right.
So, and
You're right.
so that human connection, that interaction is vitally important
It
for
is.
good mental health.
That is so true.
So they can experience, like I mentioned earlier, that
Yeah.
optimism
Yes.
keeps them going, something to look forward to.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. In the interaction too with all generations, out of some facilities have a program where the teenagers can interact with seniors.
Oh,
and there's so much. We were
nice,
talking
yeah.
about this before we started taping earlier back in the green room that. There's a wealth of information. There's so much wisdom with our seniors that's just totally untapped
That's right.
by our society today. Yeah.
It's absolutely true.
Yeah.
And if we take the time, however, to listen, it serves both of us.
Yes.
See, they're sharing their experiences, and then we gain from their experiences.
Yes.
To either go forward or to stop and say, okay, I'm not going to repeat that because I understand what the end result will be. So,
Right, exactly, exactly. So, Shelley, what is, give us an example of something you've learned from interacting and just working in the senior sector as a chaplain.
Yeah. What I learned, just like I mentioned earlier, how important it is and how they so desire to be needed. How they're like us. We see them as grandma, great-grandma, great-grandpa, but no, they like to get creative. They like to dance. They like to feel young. They like movement, just like we do.
They really
and
do.
we discount that because of their age.
Yeah.
Oh, but you let them shine, and they will show you what they can do.
That is so true.
It is true.
That is so true.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that with my mom with the caregivers and physical therapists will come over and they put up music and they're just treating mom like she's a girlfriend.
Yes.
And they're like, go get it, Miss A, go Miss A, and the mom's moving and on her with her walker, and she just stops and she does her thing, and it is so funny, but but they need that interaction, and because they're still, as long as you're living,
That's right.
You need the interaction. You need to have fun.
That's right. That's right. And to feel important and valued.
Yes.
So if we don't let that walker get in our way, that king get in our way, that age get in our way, you stand back and watch them. They'll show you something.
They will.
It's true.
They will show you something.
And it excites me.
Yes.
Because then I can see, you know what? Age really is nothing but a number. Why
That's right.
can't I
Now that's so true.
dance? Why
Yes.
can't I put my lipstick on? Why
Right.
can't I? Yeah, why can't you? Go
Exactly.
do it. And then it's our job to encourage it. Come on, let's do
Yeah.
it. Show me. Now, back in the day, what'd you do? Show me.
Yeah.
And they will.
They will show us.
And what you have done, you've encouraged yourself, one,
Mm-hmm.
because you see what you have to look forward to.
Yes.
And it's not a wheelchair or a walker.
Yes.
It's being alive and it's still experiencing life.
That is so true. Yes, yes. I love that. I love that.
Yes.
And you're right. And for that reason, my mom, she puts on makeup every day. Every day. She gets fully
wonderful.
dressed
Yes.
every day. One of the caregivers, like, she puts on makeup. I said, she does. You may not see me in makeup, but she is going to have on makeup every day.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
But she comes from that generation, and it does makes me feel better when I put on makeup too.
Yeah.
And but it just brightens her day. She feels like she's fully functional, and I found that with most seniors too. I've heard when some of my clients will tell me their parents will still get their hair appointments every Thursday morning, and they keep that up, and they look forward to it. Yeah.
Oh, you know, there's just no difference except the age piece of that.
That's true.
They're still women. They
Yes.
still want to be attractive. And
Yes.
I like the day gone by of a woman being completely dressed. And not
Yes.
just completely dressed, but with the hat. Oh, where did we go wrong? We turned left somewhere.
know.
The hat is a big deal. Now,
It is a big deal.
it is. And it completes the look.
It does.
And they don't
It
feel
does.
complete. And I get that because I am a hat wearer.
Yes.
But to see a woman, and when she tells me lipstick and my hat,
Yes.
now I'm ready.
Right.
Oh, that blesses my socks off.
Well,
and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Because they see themselves now as valuable, important. I am present.
Yes.
I'm not just here. I'm present. I've
Yeah.
got something to say.
That's true. That is so true.
Oh, say it. Talk
Yes.
to me.
I love it. I love it.
Oh my.
That
it's
is so
wonderful.
true because
Yeah.
it's how they feel. You know, they're dressing the part.
Yeah.
And how they feel and how they want to be presented.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
it makes a
absolutely
difference.
correct. And we should honor them for that.
Yes.
We don't tell them, well, no, sit down, keep your place. Oh, wait now.
No.
Now you're entering an area of disrespect.
Right.
And one of the things for me that really works for me when I go in to minister is always respect. Now, respect is all-encompassing. So respect includes time and patience and love.
Yes.
So when I present myself in a respectful manner, I can get anything done among my senior population at the center. Now, what that means, well, love, of course, is the biggest piece of that. God so loved us.
Yes. Yes.
And it made life all the better, but completely different and new for us. We're brand new. And love works the same way for our senior population. So, but the respect piece, honoring them, hey, you're the elder, what say you?
Yes.
Well, here's what I say.
Yes.
Okay, now can we take that and then also make sure we get the drops in the eyes? And I'll tell you what, I'll stay right here and we'll complete the conversation. Okay, well, come on in. Give me my eye drops so we can continue.
Yes.
Valued, honored, see, and then love. Love.
Value,
Love completes that.
honor, and love.
Yeah.
Yes.
So respect is all encompassing. The time, the patience, the love. Gets it done every time.
Wow.
Every time.
So you can get them to cooperate
Absolutely.
with the therapist or eating their dinner.
That's right.
Or whatever it may be.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Every time. Every time. And it is the love piece, but it's the respect. Okay, you said not now. Why would that be? Why not now? Well, now I want to watch my stories, or now I want to, you know what? Yeah, that's pretty important to me too. I tell you what, this thing is only going to take 2 minutes. We can do it during commercial. What do you think? And then I'll still be here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. During the commercial. Okay. Now make sure it doesn't stretch beyond that, because okay, we can make that happen. See, we must be good listeners.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
God talks to us about various characteristics, but He tells us, be slow to speak, slow to anger, quick to forgive. And then I would just add, forgive me, Lord, but quick to love.
Yes. Yes.
Quick to love.
Yes.
Let's not judge our seniors based on maybe the tone of voice.
Right.
We call them crotchety.
Right.
Well, no, that's not what it is. What it is there have been great disappointments, and they don't feel like they've been heard.
Right.
But when they have been, which is a sign of respect,
Yeah.
now they're willing to be open to receive whatever it is that you're sharing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a very good point, because you think about it, if a person feels that they haven't been heard, they have a tendency to shut down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then isolation, we don't need COVID for that. They'll break away.
Right.
Not.
Right. Yeah, that's so true.
It's very true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
Now, what about the family members? And I know there's a senior, and then you have an occasion to interact with family members sometimes too.
I do.
What are some of the issues that they face when they're dropping mom or dad off at the assisted living or memory care?
Yeah, that's actually the sad piece of this. Because they do feel almost like they're betraying mom and dad, even though this is for their benefit.
Yes.
This is the best.
Yeah.
And so I find myself always having a conversation to convince them to let themselves off the hook. You didn't cause the disease. It's okay. You're doing your very best. Once you've done your best, there's nothing left.
Right.
And when they can see that, they can take that big breath and exhale and know, okay, yeah, I have done my best.
Yes.
Then we can move on.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. And then them loving their parents and then enjoying the days that and months and years that they have left.
Right. Right.
You know? Not that I'm dropping them off and they may die because they're not in their home. No, don't look at it that way.
Right.
Give them hope and then encourage yourself.
Yes.
This is not the end.
Yeah.
This is a new normal. This is our new normal, but it is what you make it.
Right.
You know,
right.
It is what you make it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So feel free to forgive yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just let yourself off the hook. You haven't done anything wrong. What would be the wrong? Now, if you've done something wrong, admit to it. Let's correct it.
Right.
If you've done nothing wrong except care for your parents.
Yes.
Which is what you want to do. The Bible tells us to do that.
Yes.
So now you're orderly, you're obedient. Where would be the wrong?
Yeah.
And when they think of it in those terms, oh, you know what? I have been looking at this in the wrong way.
Right.
I have done my best. This is the best for them. They still are my parents. But it's hard for us to watch our parents age. It's just difficult.
It is very difficult. It
They've
really
always,
is.
Yeah, they've always been the one in control. They're
Right.
always giving us directives, and we follow, and that's just life.
Yes. Yes.
When we now have to take the upper hand and say, hey, we're going to have to change this up.
Right.
You're going to have to go there. You're going to have to do the things they're asking you to do. Man, we do. We feel like the bad person. We feel like this is out of order. We feel like, no, it's just our new normal.
Yeah.
Now it's our turn. They have given their very best to us over the years.
Yes.
Now it's time for us to return
To do the
favor.
same.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. And here's your opportunity.
Yeah, it is. It is. And and caregiving can look in a lot of different, look at like a different picture for different people.
Yes.
My mom is living with me, but that doesn't mean that the other person who has a family member in a facility is not a caregiver either. I mean, they're still there. So it can look different for different people in different situations and what they can do, and no guilt either way.
No, because what will that emotion solve? How does it benefit or help you in any way? If it doesn't, it's a waste of time.
Right.
Let that go.
That's true.
Let that go. And let's get to the business of really caring for them and caring for ourselves.
Yes.
Because sometimes we'll wear ourselves out trying to take care of mom and dad.
That's
because
true.
we don't want to betray them. We don't want to put them in a home.
Right.
Wait a second. wait a second. Now you're telling me you're willing to give yourself up till you give yourself away. Now who's going to take care of mom and dad? There's no you left.
That's so true.
You've burned out. You're agitated. You're angry.
Yes.
No. Let's rethink it.
Yes.
And put it in its proper category. Don't wear yourself out. It has to benefit both, and it can. It can. So, yeah.
Well, that's a very, very good point, and I'm sure our audience is going to appreciate that, because that's one of the things that family members deal with, even a spouse that's putting maybe the wife has to go in and the husband's at home, or vice versa. And I've seen it with some of my clients. They are just worn out because they're at the facility every day. They feel that they have to be there. And I know they want to see their spouse because they've probably been married 50, 60, 70 years. But sometimes it's just wearing them out, just even getting there every day.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
That is so very true. And the way it's set up, by the time, I believe, I read a study, by the time a couple is married, I believe it's 25 years, their hearts begin to beat at the same rate.
Really?
Yes. And so when the scriptures talk to us about us as married people being one, that's absolutely true. Now our hearts beat the same rate.
Wow.
Yeah. So to be separated from that one, the feeling, the existence, how you look at life is no longer one that's enjoyable, because I don't have literally my other half.
Right.
So then we need to be compassionate there as well.
Yes.
Oh, Dad, why are you complaining? Mom's in the best place. Oh, be patient. Understand. This mom is the other half of Dad's life. This is how he's functioned for 30, 40, 50 years.
Yes.
See, patience.
I didn't think about that. Yeah,
The
you're right.
respect of the relationship.
Yes. Yeah. To help them through that.
Absolutely. Support them. Oh, Dad,
Yeah.
I know this must be difficult. What can I do to support you? Give Dad something to do and think about. Because all he's focused on is wife, and is she getting the care that she needs? Well, now you ask him, how can I support you, Dad? What can I do?
That's true.
What would make this easier?
Yes.
And then do it.
Yeah.
And if he says there's nothing, then just show up. Because one day he'll say, I need you too.
Yes.
There.
Wow.
You're there. And then both child and parent benefit from that relationship. And being present. Just be present, which is a lot of what we as the chaplains do. Because right away, they don't normally welcome us in. They know we're there. Sometimes they think, well, I don't really go to church. Really, what can you tell me? No, we're there to be present for whatever you need.
Right.
Whatever you need. And if today it's just a bad day and you're just angry and you can't tell your boss, you're the one. No. You can't do that. But you can utilize your chaplain to do that.
That's true, which is such a benefit in a workplace environment. I mean, it's so much stress right now. I know with people who are going back to work and in facilities who may be shorthanded. We're facing some of the labor shortages for caregivers and, CNAs and staff at facilities. Or do you have an occasion to minister to them as well?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Even the staff at the senior living community, a staff member stopped me on Sunday, and she says, just to let you know, I'm depressed. Doesn't even hide it. She doesn't cloak it to look better than it actually is. I'm depressed. She's letting me know, listen, bring something, because I'm at the point now where I'm ready to give up. Because where's my help? Where's my reprieve? Where's my time off? Because so often they're doing their job and the job of so many others.
Someone else's, filling in that gap.
Yes, right, that's it. So then I take her, okay, well, tell me this. Offer me, what is it that's caused this? And sometimes they say, I don't know. Now that, when they're confused like that, it's many things. It's personal, it's work, it's, Okay, take a breath. Right now, what do we need to resolve? What is the issue right now that is most devastating or elicits the most emotion from you right now. And once they name it, okay, now let's look at it for what it is. What is your control in that? What is your piece? What have you done? Okay, now how can we tweak that? You know? And so having them look at it more realistically and not emotionally, because that's what the pandemic has done. It's caused great amounts of fear.
Yes.
So when you start to make decisions based on fear and anxiety, you're making the wrong decision because it's an emotion that's going to resolve sooner or later.
Yes.
But if you're not looking at it properly, it will take your life over. And even when this is said and done, it'll still be in control. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So we nip it in the bud early, just like with the disease.
Yeah.
Nip it in the bud, catch it early, and let's start working on it.
Yes.
You see, before it gets out of control.
Yes, that is so true because God didn't give us a spirit of fear.
That's right.
And you're right. When you make a decision based on fear, it's going to catapult into some other things that you don't want to see.
Something bigger.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's absolutely correct. There was actually, Wendy, and I want to hopefully say it correctly, but there was a 17th century preacher that said, sin will take you further than you want to go, keep you longer than you want to stay, and cost more than you can ever pay.
Oh my goodness.
And are we seeing that now?
Right. That's so true.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Yeah.
Who thought? And by 2022, we would still be working on this thing.
I know.
Still with
I know.
the mask, still with the, and for some, it's too much overload. Why can't I just breathe?
Right.
Why can't I, and look at our children.
Right. They're
basic.
suffering. We're only at the tip of what we're seeing the results, I think, with our kids.
I think so.
Yeah.
Especially with these masks and breathing gases in that weren't meant for our bodies. That's why we release them.
Exactly.
So even the parents out there, I just really would like to encourage the parents, be gentle with yourself, be patient, do what you can do your best, and release yourself from anything more. Don't fear. God's got you.
Yes.
He's got you. He will give you the wisdom, and he will give you the hope and the joy, even on this journey.
Yes.
Whenever it ends. But it will end.
That's great. That's great encouragement because, we do have a lot of people who are the sandwich generation.
Yeah.
They do have kids in school and they have their parents that they're a caregiver for as well, maybe at home or at a facility.
Right.
And so they're dealing with all these things circling in their mind and their lives, all these balls in the air.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's hard
and then where would the time be for them?
Right.
So you've got the children, they absolutely need you. And you have the parents that you're obligated to, and you feel like, I really need to settle this issue and I really need to take care of them. But the best way you can take care of them is taking care of you. You know, on the plane, they tell you, if you lose pressure in the cabin, the mask will drop from the roof. You put yours on first, and then you reach out to help your neighbor.
That's true.
You first. Help you first. Be strong first. Now begin to reach out because there's something to offer.
Yes. Yeah. Take care of yourself first.
Absolutely.
These are great points, great tips.
Absolutely. Oh,
yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't good? God's just so smart.
He
smart.
is.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
It is.
If we just line up and agree with them, right?
It's as simple as that,
the more
really.
I agree, the better things get.
Absolutely. And you practice what he shares with you. It gets easier and easier and easier. And that's where we now can experience joy unspeakable and full of glory.
Yes.
Why? Because you didn't have to work it up. You just obeyed God.
Yes.
Your obedience brings the blessing.
Yes, it really does.
Yeah, it's not the work, it's the obedience.
Yes.
So,
Now, what one tool would you say that never fails that you've used?
Yeah. Always the respect piece. The respect piece is the one tool. But I'll say this, consistency is everything. Consistency. Okay. If you say it, do it.
Okay.
Mean it. Otherwise, don't open your mouth.
Yeah.
Because our seniors are listening to you.
Right.
See, and that's very, very important to them. Even for those who are experiencing memory issues. For example, there is a gentleman at our senior living center. And this is the difficult part for me. When I first started there, The faculties were clear, the thoughts very lucid. He shared with me his church, about his family, about his deceased wife. And we had a wonderful conversation. But as COVID hit and different things happened, there was isolation, there wasn't the consistency, there wasn't the engagement.
Yeah.
The spiraled down. And so now, originally he was in assisted living. Now he's in memory care.
Okay.
And he would always greet me. And so after Bible study, he would always applaud, stand up, want to give me an offering. After the last 3 weeks, because they stopped chaplains from coming in to teach or anything else, 3 weeks I was away. When I came back, he didn't recognize me.
He didn't.
And he tells the entire staff, I'm marrying the chaplain. When the chaplain comes, because she knows what she's talking about, the chaplain. And when I came back,
he didn't recognize you.
Oh. And so 2 weeks now have passed. And so last week, he was able at the end of service. He didn't clap, but I went over to shake his hand, and he did kiss my hand. He kisses my hand every week.
Oh.
He was able to kiss my hand because now he's remembering,
it's coming back.
It's coming back.
Yes.
Many don't experience that.
Yeah.
He's a fortunate one.
Yeah.
Because once that kind of takes place, now the hope, just the optimism goes, it declines, just like the memory. So.
Oh, so being consistent.
Absolutely.
Do what you say you're going to do. If you're going to, come visit and be there for them.
That's it.
And we all need that. I mean, even children, it's better not to tell them that you're going to do something and then disappoint them, because that can follow them the rest of their lives.
Oh, and it does.
It does.
It does. And it really creates trust issues.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And especially for men.
Yeah.
Especially for men.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah, and when I say men, I'm just so well versed when it comes to men, being that.
Why are you well versed when it comes to men?
Because I have these uncles, and I only have brothers, and I only have sons. Even though now I have a daughter in love. Oh, my Jill, and my granddaughter, Justice. But men, I have had to deal and work with men my entire life. So I'm very sensitive to how a man functions.
Okay.
And always trying to kick in, what can I do to benefit them? Because I love men because I'm so surrounded
by men, yes.
And being the eldest of my siblings, I've always had to take care of them.
Okay.
So to take care of an older man, or to take care of my husband,
right.
And we've been married 34 years,
yeah.
I'm very sensitive.
Yes.
Because sometimes they won't share. You have
right.
to read them. You have to watch them.
Yes.
And just kick in.
That's so true.
Don't ask them, because it almost looks like they don't know either how to take care of themselves, or that's a little, I'm okay, little touchy-feely.
Right.
Just jump in there and do what needs to be done.
Yes.
And that really supports and it assists them. And so for this particular resident, it's hard for me to watch. But last week when he kissed my hand, I thought, dear Lord, thank you.
There's some hope there.
Yes. Always hope. There's always hope.
Yeah.
And you can't necessarily walk by sight, because when you do, now you're beginning to call a thing a thing. And we as ministers, we as children of God, call the thing that we so desire. And He gives us that authority. You call that. You cannot. That's why this fear piece is so huge.
Yes.
And it separated us. It's changed our lives, and it's done so many terrible things to our health, mental health and physical health. So no. We're going to stick with the word. The word says. And so we stick with the word, because the word works. Now it works.
It works.
Now, if we're looking at, okay, I said this and I don't see it happening. No, don't doubt. Don't doubt. Only believe. How many times did Jesus say, only believe?
That's true.
Only believe.
That's true.
Why? Because life and death is in the power of our tongue.
Yes.
And so, even though you've sown a seed, let's say in prayer.
Yes.
You've sown that seed. If you're saying, I don't know, it doesn't look, you dug that seed up now. It can't take root. You got to repent and then replant.
Yes.
And now water it with your faith.
Yes.
Water it with the word. The word says, and you say what it says, and you keep going not by sight, but by faith.
By faith.
By faith.
So our words are important. Yeah.
They're everything. Life and death are in them.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. That's one of the things when I'm hiring a new caregiver at my home for my mom is just letting them know that, in here, we keep everything pretty positive, and we speak, positive words. We don't speak fear or anything over mom. We don't discuss medical issues and what this is going to be in front of her or anything like that. We just keep it optimistic.
Yes,
and we keep it golden. I said every day is golden for her.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Yes.
But it does make a difference. It does.
Huge. Life and death.
It does. It does.
Yeah. The optimism piece is it really truly changes the vision of our seniors. When they're optimistic, they're looking forward to something. They know your expectation is something positive and good for them. They co-sign. Okay. If you say it's good, it's going to change, it's going toward my benefit, well, then I believe that's true. They'll co-sign. You see, and that makes the difference.
Yes.
Our words are powerful.
They are powerful. And I've seen that through the years in facilities with some of the staff. They'll go in and they'll say, "Hi, Mr. Jones, how are you doing today?" And they're just upbeat and smiling, and it totally changes the atmosphere for the residents.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
There is a resident who, now I call everyone Mr. and Mrs., whatever their last name is. Well, this resident, his last name is Brown, and he don't want Mr. No, Brown. Man, that's hard on me, but if that's what you want, the respect piece is always important, and I never forget. So then I call him Brown. And then he sees me, and then he smiles. If I put that Mr., attach that Mr., like I was raised to do, no, doesn't like that. Okay, so then we treat everyone like an individual. When we start cookie cutting how we treat them, now you make everybody the same. We are very unique individuals. Treat the person the way they're supposed to be treated. Based on their personality, their health, or what have you. You see? It's like we don't want to be afterthoughts.
That's true.
No, when you address me or you ask me to do something, I want to be on the A list. I don't want, oh, well, so-and-so canceled, I'll call Shelley. Oh, no, you don't. Don't you call me.
Was I on that C list or D list? By the time you got to me. That's right.
Exactly. And it's true for our seniors. Brown, it's so good to see you today, sir. So good to see you today. And that's it.
That's it.
Do it the way they need it done. Treating others the way we want to be treated. See God's word. See how it.
So true.
All we have to do is follow the word. Don't reinvent the wheel.
Yes.
Do what God said to do, and it will be well with you. Now, maybe the outcome isn't always the way we want it. It'll be well because of your obedience. See, you've made now your journey straight, and so then God can give you a peace. Maybe if there is loss, He can give you peace. He can give you joy, even in the midst of that. Why? You were obedient, and when you do His word, you act on His word, you get His results. So
that's wonderful. That's hopeful. I mean, that's the promises coming to manifestation. That's what we want.
That's it. That's it.
His word.
That's it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And His way of doing things.
Yeah.
If we are born again, we always want to make sure that our thoughts don't override His word. He's supreme in authority.
Right.
So someone that's supreme in authority, you yield your authority to them. Now, here I heard a minister say, I don't know, about a month or so ago, God is in control, but we are in charge. I thought, now that's good. Let me find scripture. And it's true. Remember, God gives us free will. That makes us in charge.
Yes.
Now, He's control. That's it. He's final authority.
Yes.
However, you are in charge. Your life, your family, you get to say what this thing looks like, and He gives you free will to do it. Even if it's wrong, He'll still give you the free will to do it. So if you stick with His word, it's right. And then what? The blessing and everything that comes with you yielding your authority to His authority. See, then you get everything that comes with that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And it makes this life worth the living.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, this is just such a wonderful conversation and service that you offer families, to be able to point them in the direction to seek God first and find out what His will is, His plan for their whole journey with the senior and their lives. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's planting seed, too, for the next generation, because I have a lot of clients who will say, well, Wendy, I've gone through this with mom and dad. Now I want to make some plans on how I handle my senior years and what my children are going to face. And they start doing things a little differently and having those conversations with their kids, and so they understand how they feel, how they think, what's important.
Yeah, isn't that marvelous?
It is.
So again, our seniors have helped us out.
Yeah.
That's see, we don't devalue your help.
Yes.
They really do help us if you take heed. Just listen, talk to them.
Yeah.
They've got something to say.
They do.
Oh, and it's valuable. It's valuable.
It really is.
Yeah.
Well, I love your enthusiasm toward our senior community, and all the things you're doing is just, it's amazing. It truly is.
Oh, thank you. And what you're doing. Wendy, thank you so much for having me on that we could talk about this.
This is my pleasure. I so look forward to this, and I'm glad we're doing this at the beginning of the year, too.
Yes.
Now, do you have any closing thoughts for our audience that you'd like to leave them? Any tips or just closing thoughts? And I know we've talked about a lot of biblical principles, but any that we haven't covered, or just anything that's on your heart?
There's so much. There is one scripture that I do want to share for us to think about this. Think about this for our own senior, the senior in our life. But even as we become seniors.
Yes.
And I wrote this down because I really wanted to share it.
Yes.
Psalm 71:9. This is the ESV version.
Okay.
Do not cast me off in time of old age. Do not forsake me when my strength escapes. Seniors understand they're in a different stage of life. They understand their strength isn't what it used to be. They understand things are changing and they don't have control. So it's on us to lift them up, encourage them, value them the way they should be valued. And when you sow that seed, it's coming right back to you. You're not going to outbless God. And only do your best. Don't give yourself away. Just do your best. Give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. Do your best. And you'll benefit. Both of you will benefit from that.
Oh, that's just wonderful. That's awesome. That's a great word and a great way to look at it.
Thank you for that.
Thank you
so much for all
You're
that
just
you do.
blessing everybody.
Oh, thank you. You have blessed all of us. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I hope you've gotten a lot from our show today. It's just been great. I'm getting ministered to just sitting here, been blessed listening to this, and it's a great way to start my year because we all need encouragement, and I know I need it every day. So, Shelley, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Well, don't forget to look at our channel and like us and subscribe to our channel. And we love you guys watching, and I appreciate all of our audience. Thank you so much. And don't forget to check on a senior because it just might brighten your day.